Wrapping all this up, one of the things to really think about, I love the Greek aphorism, know thyself. So it starts with knowing who you are to know where your best fit is. So when you looked at all those different circular areas, it starts with who are you and where would you be a good fit? There's a huge, I think, supply and demand differential. I see that at least with the students that we have here at Texas A&M. We have 100% placement for students that are looking for an opportunity, especially in bigger cities. Now, we're in a big state, and there's some things that are lending themselves to that. But when we look at the supply and demand at this moment, and then even looking forward, the demand is much stronger than the supply. So you want to look at that circle and say, what do I want to be? Where do I want to go inside the industry? And where is the demand function? So inside each one of those, where is my good fit? Where is the pull demand? So there's two sides, a push and a pull demand to bring the greatest people into our industry, and then specifically into each one of these modular areas. So we found that the demand is enormous, and part of that lends itself to people being more financially responsible than ever before for their own finances. And then second, the average advisor today is 54 years of age. As a matter of fact, when you look at the asset-weighted age, so those who have assets that they manage underneath them, the AUM underneath them, the asset-weighted age is now approaching 58. So we've got an aged profession that is now drawing that people into the profession because of retirements or transitions. So what a great place to be on the forefront, to be a pioneer in some regards into an industry as one generation is vacating. And they have a lot of incredible institutional knowledge. You have an opportunity to be mentored. So consider that when you're coming in, you have an opportunity to be mentored with the icons of our industry that help create what we now do today. You can take that history and be a part of the future.
And to that end, we look at the circle of financial planning, the 12 tribes of financial planning we've talked about. And we do have sort of an element of a bad apple spoiling the bunch. Most of these paths are filled with really good people. And most of any of the areas and circles that you get into, you're going to have people that are in it for the right reasons. They want to make an impact in the world around them. They enjoy what they do, the flexibility, they help families. And, what we struggle with, and what I struggle with, and one of the things I use this diagram for, is when I sit down with a possible freshman coming in and their parent, and they're talking about what do I want to do and why Illinois, and I'll sit down with a circle and I'll say, look, when you hear about a scandal on the news, hear about a firm or a person doing the wrong thing, please understand that wrong thing might be isolated to one particular area or business model, or the wrong thing may be a particular firm, but there's so many other options out there and so many wide opportunities that students have. And, just because you might have one firm doing the wrong thing to a customer and it makes the news and it's pretty scandalous, look at this world that we have at our fingertips. Look at the world that a student can get into. And to me, that world is just a phenomenal place. And that kind of leads us to a parting thought on what if I start somewhere and I don't like it?
Yeah, I'd lay two things on related to that. And the first thing is you're filtering through these firms, don't overthink it too much. You're really looking for an opportunity to grow. You're looking for an opportunity to learn. And as you go through this, understand your personality and understand where that opportunity lies. The other thing is that you're going to change over time, and your personality as a 22-year-old graduating from college may lead you to one career path, but you may find when you're 30, 35, 40, that you've grown and different things are important to you, and you have a different set of strengths and a different skill sets. So as you go over time, you may find yourself naturally flowing to a different place. So I wouldn't overthink it too much. Understand your personality, but look for that opportunity, and also understand that there will be opportunities later to change the path for you.
We recommend you to try doing internships in multiple different tracks or pathways and find what resonates with you. But if you find one that doesn't resonate, don't leave the major, don't leave the profession. Just find a pathway that fits you better.
I can't stress enough my own personal journey, starting out in a life and disability company on a gross dealer concession commission model, working with RAAs as I made my way into the academic space, and today getting to do a little consulting across the circle. it's amazing the opportunities that are there that fit you for the career time you're in, you know? And I think so much of this is really saying, where's my fit? What matches my strengths? And I think you're right, Martin. You don't have to get it right. You don't have to overthink it. There's a lot of opportunity here. And I think it's just a matter of finding the one that's best for you and starting early. As we're going to have students watch the series of lectures, starting early to me is key. Starting early on internships, starting early on jobs and careers, because we really want to make sure that we have more than one internship experience, like Luke said. You know, we really want to have the opportunity for a student to try it out. Okay, I want to work at a team of independent broker dealer, right? So we have a team of 3 or 4. Let's try that out. Okay, let's try an RAA. All right, let's try this discount brokerage model. What's my best fit? What's my strongest fit? Maybe after all that, I decide I want to be an entrepreneur and I want to jump right into the multi-line and start my own world. Or maybe I decide, yeah, I really want to research and change the world in that way. So there's just so many opportunities. It's almost endless as far as that goes. So I'd like to wrap up just with some parting thoughts from everybody. Luke, if you want to give some parting thoughts on planning the circle and anything else you'd like to share.
I just remember being a college student, and I did my first 2 degrees and had 0 job offers. And now I look at the financial planning students in our major, and they come to me complaining about how many job and internship opportunities they're having to sort through and trying to find the best fit. That's a wonderful problem to have. So the point needs to be made. Every one of those pathways could hire every student in each one of our programs. So you're going to have a lot of choice. You're going to have a lot of opportunity to guide your career. And that is something that most college students in America don't have.
Nathan, what are some parting thoughts you'd share?
You know, maybe I'll come full circle from where I started in that this is a helping profession. So you have an opportunity to in some ways, I mean, I hate to deify and make this something bigger than it actually is. But, you know, when I think about working with a doctor provides health for me. A financial planner can provide financial health for me and for my children and my children's children. This is an incredible profession where you get to see the outcome, the direct results of your labor, of the work that you do. I love the opportunity of seeing students grow into just folks that come back and tell me stories of change, how they have impacted the lives of those around them. So what a great profession. But, you know, it may take you, the average person changes careers 7 times. Careers, not jobs, 7 times. So as you engage into an incredible profession, just remember there's a multitude of entry points for you. Explore, test those out, and see where you fit.
What I love about what has happened in financial planning, and a lot of it goes back to the origins of academia and financial planning, and a lot of us coming from the same backgrounds and sharing a passion and mission, is that I know I can call up my friends at Utah Valley and Texas A&M and Kansas State and so many other great schools around the country. If I have a problem or a question or need content, or we're building a class out, or a student wants, you know, one of my students right now, she's a junior, she's one of my top students. Her family's in Los Angeles, she wants to go back there. So I've got friends at schools in that part of the world, call them up, hey, what do you guys know? Who do you know? We share content, we share jobs. It's a very wonderful world to be in as a student, because it's not just Illinois gunning for you. It's not just us helping you out. It's the entire community. And you know, that to me is one of the, I can't say that enough, going to conferences and meeting students from other schools, creating cohorts and meeting those professors even can help you so much down the road. And it's just such a great community to be in. Martin, you want to take us home?
Yeah, the last thing I would share is there's amazing opportunities here, but the key to the kingdom is that CFP designation. And you're going to get all the education and training in a program like ours, but the way to create the most flexibility for yourself, as well as to increase the perception of you in consumers' minds, and to give them the feeling that you are the right person for them, go and get the CFP and do it quickly, because you're going to forget the information the further out that you go. It's going to change your world. You only have to be smart for 1 day now, or I think it's 8 hours. And then if you successfully pass the exam, as long as you're ethical and as long as you do your CE credit, you get to be a CFP for the rest of your life. And it really does matter as a designation of distinction, as well as helping clients understand you're serving their best interest.
Well, thank all of you so much for your time and helping us create this video series. And I really appreciate all that you do. And as this is only my second year directing a program, all of you for your mentorship and leadership as well. So thank you all, and look forward to seeing you all at the next conference.